How do you aim with side spin? This is one of the most asked questions in pool, and usually when I'm doing those kind of videos, I'm explaining all the theory and all the physics. But in this video, I'm just going to explain the things you need to know, and after watching this video, you will exactly know how you have to adjust when you're using side spin. But very important, what you have to understand first of all is how you have to aim when you're using no side spin on a cue ball. And this is where the ghost ball becomes very, very handy. Just imagine a straight line from the ball you're trying to make to the heart of the pocket. If you just extend that line and put a ball frozen to that ball you want to make, you just aim to the center of the ghost ball, because what happens? The cue ball will travel to the center of the ghost ball. It will hit the ball right here, and of course then the ball goes into the heart of the pocket. Before I'm going to show you how to aim with side spin, let me show you real quick that the ghost ball method actually works in this case. So I'm trying to aim to the ghost ball, and I make the ball into the heart of the pocket. But now the big question is, what happens when you're using side spin? Let's use left spin in that case and hit the ball very, very soft and just aim to the ghost ball point once again and just observe what happens. This is very important. This is how you learn. Just observe what happens. So you can see I'm aiming to the ghost ball point, I'm using left spin, and I'm hitting soft. And all of a sudden I'm missing the ball, and this is what you have to understand. The cue ball will always make a curve to the side where you add the spin on the cue ball. This means if you're using left spin, the cue ball will make a curve to the left because your cue is always a tiny bit elevated, and the more you elevate it, as you can see, the more you're curving and you completely miss the shot. So this is what you have to understand. When you're using left spin and you're hitting soft, the cue ball will curve to the left. This means it will leave your aiming line to the left. This just means you have to aim just a bit more to the right. This is everything you need to remember. So let's not aim to the ghost ball point, which would be this line, but aim a bit more to the right because we're using left spin and we're hitting soft. Let's give it a try and aim more to the right. Usually I would miss that ball, but because of the left spin, I'm able to make that ball. This is really, really important. And of course, if you're using right spin, you have to aim a bit more to the left. Very, very important. So let's do that also. Going to use right spin, and instead of aiming to the ghost ball point, I'm going to aim a bit more to the left. So you can see I'm using right spin, I'm aiming more to the left, and the cue ball will curve back on track, hopefully. So as you can see, we would have needed to adjust even more to the left. So all you need to remember is, if you're using spin and you're hitting soft, on left spin, you need to aim a bit more to the right. On right spin, you need to aim a bit more to the left. So it's always vice versa. But what happens if we now hit a whole lot harder on a cue ball? Let's try to aim to our usual ghost ball point, where we're able to make the ball without any spin into the heart of the pocket, and use left spin and hit really, really hard. Let's see what happens. Left spin, ghost ball aiming point, and a really hard hit. I missed the ball to the other side. So why is that? Why did I miss the ball now to the other side? Well, the reason for that is something called deflection. And deflection is something that's basically very logical, because if you're using left spin, and I'm going to show you how this would look in slow motion, if you're using left spin, you can see the cue ball will deflect inevitably to the right, because there is something on the left, and even though you're pushing straight forward, the left spin will make the cue ball deflect to the right. Of course, not that much, because this is exaggerated and very, very slow. So what does this mean? How do I need to adjust my aiming when the cue ball on a hard shot with left spin deflects to the right? How do I have to adjust? Well, let me show you real quick. I'm using left spin and I'm aiming a bit more to the left because the cue ball will deviate back to the right. All you have to remember, if you're hitting hard and you're using left spin, then you have to aim a bit more to the left. And if you're using right spin, you have to aim a bit more to the right. One thing you have to understand though is that the amount you have to adjust really differs depending on the cue you're using. I'm, for example, using a carbon fiber shaft by J Flowers. This is the SMO shaft. It really doesn't have a whole lot of deflection. This is why I just need to adjust my aim a tiny bit. If you're using a house cue that is in your local pool hall, then you basically sometimes even have to aim to completely miss the shot because it deflects just so much. So this is very important. The deflection changes with the cue you're using. So let's play the same shot with right spin and really hard. Where do we need to adjust? Well, we just have to aim a bit more to the right, because remember, we're hitting hard with right spin. This means we have to aim a bit more to the right. So let's aim basically straight on the shot, and the cue ball will just deflect a bit to the left. And once again, we're able to make the shot. Really, really important. What happens with a medium speed, where you're in between, where you're not hitting super soft, but also not super hard? Well, what you have to understand is any shot there is on a pool table, there is always a kind of speed where you don't have to adjust when using side spin. Because, first of all, remember, with a soft shot, the cue ball makes a curve to the left. With a hard shot, the cue ball deflects to the right. And with a medium speed, both of those effects cancel each other out. This means in the beginning, the cue ball will deflect to the right, but then it will curve back and you will just be able to aim to your usual ghost ball point. So I'm trying to use that type of speed. Of course, it changes with the cue you're using. So let's use left spin, aim to our usual ghost ball point and just adjust our speed that we are still able to make the shot even with side spin. This differs a bit or varies a bit with the distance, with the cue elevation. Remember, with more cue elevation, the cue ball will curve more. With more speed, the cue ball will deflect more and all that stuff. And this is basically everything you need to know about how to aim with side spin. And if you want to know about the theory and all the physics, then watch this video right now, and there you will learn everything about all the different effects. And if you're looking for a training course where you can put all of this into practice with the most important shots you will face in pool, then check out the Golden 21.